Greetings and welcome. We have some very exciting speculation happening around possibly a new Armored Core game from FromSoftware. Now, what is Armored Core? It was released in 1997. It's a high-action combat game where you're sort of like a silent protagonist mercenary taking on missions in the far future, operating large robot combat machines for different organizations and powerful individuals, making money, buying upgrades, improving your robot, and even earning glory. They're basically action games with huge Gundams. In this world, they're called Armored Cores. Very reminiscent of the Xenogears Gears combat. If anyone ever played that, I did, and it was awesome. Now, these are leaks from Reset Era. There's been speculation for a long time about what FromSoft's next game would be. And there's a lot of passionate fans out there that are so excited at the prospect of a new Armored Core game. Personally, it's been a while since I played a good mech game. My first Armored Core game was actually Armored Core 2. And my friend was playing, he was stuck in an area where he was fighting a very aggressive mech. He had a swift, fast robot, and he was using a rifle. And I remember he was trying to shoot him from mid-range. He was dodging missiles, and he was would peek around the corner, fire a few shots and hide, and he was just having a very difficult time. He was stuck. I realized you could equip a blade, and I went in, easily winning this fight. It fascinated me as a kid, all the different builds and modifications that you could play around with. Now, I'm not asking for a Dark Souls sort of formula with a sci-fi skin, but I think they could really explore some good ideas here. We would have covenants or different type of factions, different types of technology, and maybe even imagine a human pilot down on the ground without an armored core, where there's fighting going, explosions happening, buildings crumbling, and you sort of have humans against big machines. Maybe your machine is ruined, so you have to get to a safe spot, maybe possibly find another robot. I just think that's so cool. Maybe even switch different suits, go from action to stealth and survival to action again. I just think that would be really awesome and interesting to explore in these huge open environments. I think a game like this would be great from FromSoft, and I fully believe and support the team. I would love to see them do something along the lines of a sci-fi action game involving giant robot killing machines. I think that would be awesome. Now, let's take a look at the leaks. So, we have melange, an unknown substance that could dramatically advance human society. In the past, this substance caused a cosmic catastrophe on planet Bashtar that engulfed the surrounding star systems, and eventually its very existence was lost. Decades later, the melange reaction was confirmed again on planet Bashtar. In search of the unknown substance that should have been lost, various speculations began to swirl. Various parties are getting involved. The government, corporations, cultists, and unknown mercenaries. The protagonist is one of them. The game is a third-person shooter mecha action title that lets you move around an overwhelmingly scaled map that represents a unique sci-fi world with dynamic mech action. You will face strong enemies and fierce battles, both long and short range, using guns and blades. The sci-fi world created by Hidetaka Miyazaki. FromSoftware's unique and deep sci-fi worldview and multi-layered story, set on the planet Bashtar, a sci-fi world devastated by a planet-wide disaster, with an overwhelming sense of scale that only mecha can provide. A vast field that represents a multi-layered world. In a massive and three-dimensional map, you can feel the scale of the mecha universe. A wide variety of maps offer an array of challenging enemies and carefully crafted situations that are worth taking on again and again. Feel the tension in long and short-range battles. This game offers not only long-range combat with guns, but also short-range combat elements such as blade and shield that add a sense of urgency to gameplay. Decide between offensive or defensive tactics during tense and challenging battles against powerful enemies. Three-dimensional dynamic action. The game's dynamic three-dimensional movement is something no human can imitate. You can move freely around the vast map with the unique mobility of a mech. High degree of freedom and customization. Reconfigure body parts and weapons in order to upgrade your mech. With a high level of customization, you can build a mech to suit your playstyle. From a build that focuses on close-range combat and mobility, or a build that emphasizes firepower to wipe out swarms of enemies at once. And last but certainly not least, we have some screenshots. Now, these are very heavily watermarked, so it's kind of difficult to see, but it's different instances of highly detailed mechs fighting each other in different types of environments and situations. It seems like we have cities, factories, we have space. Possibly we have snowy environments, explosions in the sky, different colors, different modifications. Obviously, this is going to be a very graphically impressive game, and I'm so very excited. I hope that this is real. It would be so cool to explore this world and have all these different options for combat, and also like you are piloting a machine that's capable of much more than a human is capable of. So above you, below you, behind you, possibly like shooting missiles or having different kinds of shielding. I'm very excited about this, and I cannot wait for more. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.